Hey everybody, it's Dick Vet, your friendly neighborhood veteran, and this is part 14 of the Warriors Reflection series. They knew that my spirit would be wounded. So, before we talk about spiritual wounds, let's talk a little bit about spiritual health and the fact that many of you listening just had a bit of a reaction just to me using the word spiritual. Some people have been hurt by a bad religious experience and may throw everything labeled spiritual out the window out of fear. There's a huge difference between spiritual health and religion. Spirituality is like nutrition. Religions are like diets. Just because a particular diet was very wrong for you, even if it caused damage, it doesn't mean all nutritional health is to be ignored. So I don't talk about religions in my guidance, though I do study divine scriptures and such. I see religion as encompassing three belief structures. Religion is a description of God, a theory of creation and human beings and the afterlife, and third, like the practices, rituals, and holidays regarding that God and afterlife. I won't go into that. Just like the difficulty in finding nutritional guidance without them trying to sell you on a specific diet, it's hard to find spiritual guidance without religious indoctrination. So I respectfully keep that separation in my teachings regarding spiritual health. And I've already been talking about spiritual health this whole series without saying it. As much as mental health is based on your thought patterns and emotional stability, your spiritual health is based in your belief structures and your moral stability. Moral health is not about doing good or evil, it's about living true to your beliefs. A person who is morally healthy lives free of episodes of shame, regret, and guilt. Some of your beliefs, and mine, are things you don't want to believe in at all. And that may sound weird, like how can I believe something I don't want to? Throughout this series, I've been talking about belief structures, how they were trained into you through military service, how to let them go, and how to adopt new ones in their place. Which means there's a difference between what you believe, like your current actual programming, and what you want to believe. Each part in this series is how to reprogram yourself so your thoughts and actions are in line with how you want to live. When we are behaving outside your wanted beliefs, then we experience shame and regret. You can't just change on a dime and be a completely different person, no matter how much you want to. Being spiritually healthy is doing the work to let go of old beliefs and adopting desired belief structures so that you can actually live morally content. So, spiritual wounds. If spiritual health is about belief structures, then what is spiritual damage? Well, there's a reason that I draw little demons in my comics that interact with Stickvet. Those are the spiritual wounds. The beast of anger, shame, death, and the demon of addiction. Addiction is a good example of a spiritual wound acquired through extreme indulgence on a path towards disassociation. At its core, an alcoholic cannot only have one drink. If they have one, they will go down that path of indulgence every time. One turns into many. I know vets who have been sober for decades, and they've still got that demon on their shoulder, whispering in their ear from time to time, trying to convince them to drink again. It never goes away, they say. Though they are dominant over their demon and never give in to it, they know that if they did, it would be that same indulgent path. That is a spiritual wound. In normal growth and maturity, a person letting go of an old belief to adopt a new one, it takes months of discipline to implement a complete change in one belief structure. And during that time, the old belief structure could reemerge as the dominant belief structure again if you give up and stop doing the work. But after a period of time, that old shadow belief will completely fade, especially as the new belief is honed and put into practice. A spiritual wound is a shadow belief that does not fade. Even after you've let go of it and you're living a completely different, according to a new healthy replacement belief, that old shadow belief will always have a home in the dark corner of your mind. I've seen a few common spiritual wounds among veterans. The belief that you have an enemy. The belief that it's you against the world, or the world is against you. Believing that strength is being in control. Belief that you are alone in your experience. Some of these are lingering voices that never go away. Cleansing. Cleansing is about acceptance and dominance. It's so much easier to just grow up and be better, moving on and never looking back. But you will have a relationship with each of your spiritual wounds long after healing. Calling them demons is a way of giving form to this part of yourself that you may acknowledge that constant engagement that is necessary in keeping that demon in its place. Much like the alcoholic who did the work of getting sober long ago, they never get to forget where they came from. That's not a failure of their cleansing. It's the voice that comes from the scar from that old wound, still echoing old beliefs. So for me, cleansing is about daily acknowledgement and dominance over my demons, which in doing so diminishes their power over me. I ready myself for the day with my morning mantra, which is just it's a list of my belief structures. That's all it is. You want a daily mantra? Write a list of your belief structures and say it every day, reminding yourself of what you believe. Usually starting with whatever belief I'm attempting to instill in my current growth. But always are reminders of the spiritual wounds I will struggle with. I'm a fool if I think I will not struggle with anger today, or see someone as my enemy, or allow my pain to take over. So rather than waiting for these moments to blindside me, and again, even though I've done the work of cleansing years ago, I have to keep vigilant and remind myself daily that my pain has nothing to do with who I am. That I try to be slow to speak and quick to listen. That a compassionate man has no enemy. So what are your spiritual wounds telling you? And what truth do you remind yourself of to quiet them? This is Stick Vet, signing off.